Imagine being asked to surrender all the wealth of your community, only to reveal its true treasures were not gold, but people. In a world often driven by power and material gain, the story of St. Lawrence stands as a blazing testament to a different kind of riches, a deeper form of courage. Today we're going to journey back to the heart of ancient Rome, a time when faith was not just a belief, but a dangerous act of defiance. We'll uncover the remarkable life of a man who served the needy, challenged an empire, and whose final fiery act of martyrdom cemented his place in history, inspiring countless generations, including Catholics and students worldwide. Prepare to discover why this brave deacon's story continues to burn brightly centuries later. Born in Huesca, Spain, around 225 AD, Lawrence's path led him to Rome, the very center of the mighty Roman Empire. There, under the mentorship of Archdeacon Sixtus, he honed his understanding of Christian teachings and the profound call to serve. When Sixtus became Pope Sixtus II in 257 AD, he recognized Lawrence's exceptional intelligence, piety, and organizational skills, elevating him to the crucial role of Archdeacon of Rome. This wasn't just a fancy title. It meant Lawrence was entrusted with the church's most vital resources. He was responsible for the treasury, managing its funds, and most importantly, overseeing the distribution of alms to the poor, the sick, and the widows, the most vulnerable members of the Christian community. In essence, Lawrence was the heart and hands of the church's charity, a steward of its material goods for spiritual ends. However, this period was far from peaceful for Christians. The Roman Empire, in its relentless pursuit of imperial unity and traditional Roman gods, viewed the growing Christian faith with suspicion and hostility. Emperor Valerian, swayed by his advisor Macrianus, initiated a brutal persecution. In 257 AD, Valerian issued an edict that required all citizens to sacrifice to the Roman gods. The following year, a second, far more severe edict targeted the Christian clergy specifically, demanding their execution and confiscating church property. This was not a subtle suppression, it was an all-out assault designed to crush Christianity. The storm broke over Rome. On August 6, 258 AD, while celebrating Mass in the catacombs of Praetextatus, Pope Sixtus II and 6 other deacons were arrested and immediately beheaded. Lawrence, who had been serving alongside them, watched in anguish. He famously cried out to the Pope, "Father, where are you going without your deacon?" Pope Sixtus, perhaps seeing the terrible fate awaiting Lawrence, replied, "You will follow me in 3 days, my son." These words, steeped in both sorrow and prophecy, marked the beginning of Lawrence's own final stand. He knew his time was coming, and he prepared not with fear, but with an unwavering commitment to his faith and the people he served. Following the execution of the Pope, the prefect of Rome, a man named Cornelius, approached Lawrence. Knowing Lawrence was the church's treasurer, Cornelius demanded that he surrender all the treasures of the church. The prefect likely envisioned vaults overflowing with gold, silver, and precious jewels, eager to seize them for the imperial coffers. He gave Lawrence 3 days to gather these supposed riches. Here lay Lawrence's great challenge, a test of his wit and his unwavering devotion. He could have fled, hidden the valuables, or simply handed over what little material wealth the church possessed. But Lawrence had a different plan, one that would not only expose the prefect's greed, but also brilliantly redefine what true wealth meant. For the next 3 days, Lawrence worked tirelessly. He didn't raid hidden vaults or frantically bury gold. Instead, he gathered the poor, the lame, the blind, the sick, the widows, and the orphans, all those who depended on the church's charity. When the 3 days were up, Lawrence presented this assembled multitude to the prefect. With a defiant yet serene smile, he declared, "These are the treasures of the church." This was a profound and shocking declaration. To the Roman authorities, these people were burdens, the lowest rung of society. To Lawrence, they were the living embodiment of Christ's teachings, the most precious assets the church possessed, for they were the ones Christ commanded his followers to serve. The prefect was not only furious, but utterly bewildered. His expectation of material wealth had been met with a demonstration of spiritual riches and audacious defiance. In his rage, he condemned Lawrence to a horrific death. He ordered Lawrence to be roasted alive on a gridiron, a large metal grate over hot coals, believing that this slow, agonizing torture would break his spirit and make him renounce his faith. But Lawrence, fortified by his unwavering belief, endured the torment with incredible fortitude. As the heat intensified and his body suffered unspeakable pain, tradition holds that Lawrence, with a spirit unshaken and a surprising sense of humor, famously quipped to his executioners, "Turn me over, I'm done on this side." This incredible act of steadfastness and courage in the face of unimaginable suffering instantly made St. Lawrence a martyr of profound significance. His willingness to sacrifice everything for his faith and for the dignity of the poor became a powerful symbol. The story of his martyrdom spread rapidly, inspiring countless Christians and even some pagans who witnessed or heard of his unwavering conviction. His death, far from suppressing Christianity, instead became a beacon, further fueling its growth and strength within the Roman Empire. Today, St. Lawrence's feast day is celebrated on August 10th, marking the anniversary of his martyrdom. For Catholics, it's a day to remember his sacrifice, his commitment to charity, and his inspiring witness to faith. His powerful story has made him the patron saint of several groups, and understanding why sheds even more light on his legacy. Due to his fiery death on the gridiron, he is naturally considered the patron saint of cooks, chefs, and restaurateurs, a surprising but poignant connection to his ordeal. Beyond the culinary, his role as the archdeacon and treasurer of the Roman Church, responsible for its sacred texts and charitable funds, also makes him the patron of librarians, archivists, and indeed students, those who seek and preserve knowledge and truth. And, perhaps most fittingly, he is the patron of the poor, deacons, and all those who serve them, embodying the very essence of Christian charity and service. St. Lawrence's life and martyrdom offer a timeless lesson, especially for us today. He reminds us that true wealth lies not in what we possess, but in how we serve others, particularly the most vulnerable among us. His courage in the face of oppression, his cleverness in defending the Church's mission, and his unwavering faith to the very end continue to challenge and inspire. He showed us that faith isn't just about belief, but about action, about standing up for what is right, even when it costs everything. For students, his story encourages intellectual curiosity and moral fortitude. For Catholics, it's a powerful reminder of Christ's call to charity and sacrifice.